Hey, how you doing there again, folks? Me again, of course, Brandon Wenzel. Come back at you, another offering off my sampler platter. Yes, indeed, folks, sampler B, Series B, I do for the one. I go over there, try out food and drink items. I eat stuff, I drink stuff, then, folks, I'm going to talk about stuff. I'm going to let you know all that you need to know about hopefully delicious stuff that, Tom, I'm doing this, folks, I'm not going to lie. Yeah, this item definitely means that it's summer. But we'll get to that. Folks, it's super simple format. I'm going to go over there. I'm going to try out food and or drink items for you. Whilst I'm doing so, I'm yammering on about it for a bit. Whilst I'm doing all that, I'm inside my back room today, which means we get Peter Can Thunderbolt poster. Ooh, yay, Peter Can and Thunderbolt poster. Whilst I'm doing all that, though, folks, I am doing something else. What is it? Oh, I'm wearing a super cool shirt. Folks, when I wear super cool shirts, I always like to highlight the super cool shirt. What super cool shirt am I wearing for you today, folks? Well, it happens to be my Limp Bizkit shirt, one of two that I picked up recently. This is actually off of their Loserville tour that they are presently on. I was fortunate enough I got to see them perform live. It was my first time seeing Limp Bizkit, which was a very cool experience. The show overall, though, was more miss than hit for me personally. Just because the tour mates for the show were a bit not my thing. You know, you had Corey Feldman, as in, yes, that Corey Feldman, as of the Lost Boys Corey Feldman. He also has a music career, in theory. Then you had a guy named Nate No Face, who I'd never heard of. He was fine. A little bit big of a stage for the act that he had, but and then after that, you had Bones, who were kind of cool, but I personally didn't think needed an hour-long set. I really think half an hour would have done it. And then Riff Raff was there for reasons. It was a weird show, but I did enjoy it overall. I actually got videos of Limp Bizkit and Corey Feldman's performances. They're on this channel as well, just in case maybe you want to check it out. And if nothing else, folks, I can kind of point you in the right direction as far as at least Limp Bizkit is concerned. I can't help you with Corey Feldman. But anyway, what am I trying for you today, folks? What are we doing here? Why is it summer-oriented? Well, folks, that's because it happens to be from, boom, it's from Crush. This is specifically their sparkling fruit punch soda. Ooh, I like fruit punch soda. I like Crush. I should like both of these things, hopefully. So, well, it's one thing, but both of these elements. Let's quickly get a thing for the thing. Looks like that. Ha 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 ha! But yeah, man, I like Crush. Of course, their orange soda is sort of their, I'd say, kind of their hallmark. Certainly what I grew up with. I've enjoyed Crush. I think they're good. They're not like my favorite fruit beverage. That probably goes more to Fanta and their line. But it depends. Certain flavors and stuff. And I've never had one that I've disliked. So every now and again, they have like their staple ones, like your strawberry, your grape, your orange. But then they'll also do like other ones seasonally and stuff. And, summertime, so fruit punch. Let's give it a go. I do love some fruit punch soda, so. Doesn't have much of a scent, actually. Let's give it a go. Thankfully, it has flavor. Okay. It's definitely a fruit punch soda, as one would imagine, but trust me, sometimes you'd be surprised, especially doing these reviews for all these years now. Sometimes something isn't what it's supposed to be, or at least it doesn't taste the way it's supposed to. But yeah, no, it's definitely a fruit punch soda. It's on the sweeter side, which for me, and I've mentioned this in other instances, when it comes to like fruit punch sodas, for me, the gold standard that I've ever had is Tahitian Treat. I think that does exactly what it's supposed to do because it tastes less like a soda and more like a carbonated fruit punch. And that is what I personally like. Now, fruit punch it's just a term, it really doesn't mean anything. It can have any variety of different elements and tastes and variants and such. But for me, what I like in a fruit punch is I like a fruit punch. I want it to be sweet, obviously, but I want it to have some bite to it. And that's what Tahitian Treat does. It has this nice bite to it that I personally adore. It makes the whole experience for me. This doesn't have much bite, which is definitely where my biggest point of contention comes in with it. And the thing is that I don't work for Crush. I don't know exactly how they do these things, but I would imagine probably what they do when it comes to their different flavors and stuff to create a sense of cohesion is they probably have like a baseline Crush flavor, like sort of the general baseline or the base makeup of what their drinks are, and then they probably just add on flavoring to that. That's why typically if certain Fantas taste like Fanta. Uh, Sunkiss tastes like Sunkiss, etc. Because they're working off like a baseline, and I definitely think that that's probably the case with Crush as well. And the problem with that is that Crush is good for those sweeter drinks, but when it comes to having a stronger bite, that's not something that they've really, in my experience, they've excelled at. It's probably definitely part of the reason why I like Fanta more. I like Fanta just because it has more oomph to it, a little bit more dimension. It's probably why I like Crush so much when I was a kid, because, I just wanted the sweetness. But yeah, it's still a nice drink. Like, critiques aside, it does have a hit of a blended fruit kind of flavor. You get sort of a mix between. I mean, you can't identify any of the specific fruit flavors because fuck knows they're definitely worse. Well, it says it's naturally flavored, but I mean, no, let's see. Does it actually say high fructose corn syrup, which is what it is? People get so uppity about the high fructose corn syrup thing, and it's like, yeah, it's not the best option, but like, it's not terrible either. Yeah, red cane sugar is better, but yeah, it just says natural flavors, which is what I figured. Oh, apparently it's owned by Dr. Pepper and 7 Up. I didn't know that. But yeah, I mean, overall, it's a nice drink. I just wish there was more contrast to it, or a little bit, again, just more oomph. It feels a little bit, it's tasty, but it feels a little bit, okay. Like, I don't mind it at all, but I want more from it. But, 2 questions have to be asked. Would I get it again? Would I recommend it? Maybe on occasion, and sure. Like, I can't give this one, like, a real, like, sterling recommendation because it didn't live up to quite what I was hoping. It's not bad. Like, there's nothing I dislike about it. It's just again, it doesn't fit exactly what I would like out of a fruit punch soda. But it's tasty enough. So far, I've only seen it available in cans, so I had to buy a 12-pack. If it came out in bottles, singular bottles, I could see myself grabbing one every now and again. I don't think, however, I would get another 12-pack. I just don't like it enough. But again, if they decide to put it out individually, I'd grab one here or there. If I'm recommending it, I mean, if it seems interesting to you, give it a shot. Especially if you like fruit punch or fruit punch sodas. Always interesting to go in for one. I would say for me personally, and I've had quite a few fruit punch sodas, this particular one, I'd give it about a C+. It's definitely on the better end of things, but not by a great deal. It's a little bit humdrum, It's not bad, but it's also not memorable. So, if you're going to go over there again, especially if you can find it in like a single bottle type of deal, sure, go ahead and grab one. But it might not be worth picking up as a 12-pack if you've never had it yet, So, but anyway, 5 things before I get out of here. Have yourself a great rest of your day, spectacular rest of your week, monumental rest of your month, stupendous rest of your folks. Go over there, have yourselves a truly fruit punch-tastic rest of your life. Because fruit punch is delicious, just wonderful. It's one of the best things ever. I'm just saying. Final 2 things. Number 1, try to bring some positivity into the world. It's not always possible. It is, however, always appreciated. But what you do can't do all the time. I know I can't do all the time. Here's what you're going to do, folks. You're going to try not to be an asshole. Folks, not always the easiest thing in the world to not be an asshole. Trust me. I know it. I live it. I'm out there every day with you in it. Life can be stressful and frustrating and just bullshit sometimes, folks. And when we find ourselves in situations where we have to deal with said bullshit, it's important we go over there whenever possible. Take a step back. Try to mitigate the level of assholishness in our lives. Hopefully do better for ourselves and for those around us. Very final thing, folks, do the thing. Whatever the thing is for you, that's what I want you to go out and do. Folks, whatever you do, I hope that you can do it to such an extent that you have mastered it so completely that you can go over there and do it just like I did my outro, where as I was doing my outro reflexively, my brain was completely focused on a million other things, and then I eventually got to this point. Because it really was a thing of like, I went through the whole thing, and then my brain finally kicked back in because it's like, oh, no, you need to be conscious for this part. And I was like, oh, yeah. I've been doing these videos for so damn long now. Well, I mean, not that long realistically, but I mean, I've done like over 2,000 reviews. I do a lot of these damn things, so you can't ever say that you're starved for content if you follow my channel. I'm always posting stuff, so whether it's of any quality, that's a little bit more up in the air. But anyway.